So I want us to go straight to the major topic that I would want to address today, and that is the changes that have been made by our government. As I told you last year, when I was trying to teach you how to do your inputs, and this year, because I'm still teaching. And by the way, if you haven't joined our imports class, this is the time in every part of the world that you're in. I've been doing some classes, very nice classes on Telegram. I'm going to put a link down below the description box and see how you can join the import class. If you want to get things from China to US, China to Portugal, China to, any European country, Africa, Australia, I got you. Asia, I got you. Just join our import class. It's a 7+2. We are having an offer of 2 days. So make sure you join. So as I had told you earlier, when I started teaching you guys how to do your imports class, I told you there's this thing that is called consolidation. Mainly it is in Africa. Any African country do consolidation. Consolidation it's a system that came up with the government to help the small business people as us. You with your $50, you with your $100, and you'd want to get into business. You'd want to start shipping things from China to the country. How are you supposed to go about it? So these governments of ours came up with this consolidation thing where they consolidate things in the countries of origin. If it is Turkey, Dubai, Dubai, China, all these, Singapore, all these countries. So once they bring to consolidation is bringing together stuff. Assuming I'm having my 5 items and the other person is having their 2 items. The other one is having their 10 items. So all those items are brought together, put in one container, or either by flight or by air, and then they are shipped in the countries that we are in. And then it helps us, it takes care of the hassle of, trying to ship things in the country via courier services. It has helped us. Most of us, we have grown because of that. Mainly I myself, with my $150, I can be able to, pay for something in China, bring it in the country and be able to sell. So it has really helped us. But now recently, our Kenyan government announced I think that was on 1st of March, announced some major changes that will happen in that sector. So for the people that have been asking, consolidation, is it a legal process of importing things? Yes, it is a legal process, and it is a government that helps us all, facilitates that. And now they have changed the whole rules and regulations. So this is what they said. They are going to consolidate goods in those countries. The consolidators are going to consolidate goods from those countries. If it is China, Turkey, and all those other countries, Dubai. But once they are in the country, at the port, once they are in the country, they will be deconsolidated. That means they're going to be, the other thing, sorry, let me try to explain in a way that you're going to understand. The other government that we had come up with a system where there is the standard amount of money that each consolidated container is supposed to be paid for, and that was 2.2 million Kenya shillings. So it was not charged as per item. I don't know whether you understand. It's not done as what courier services do. It is a whole container of all our small items paid for a standard fee, and that was 2.2 million. And then easily we can get our products. Then for the consolidators that are registered with and by the government would ship the items to us within a specific shortest time possible. 7 days, 10 days time if it's by air. By sea from 35 days would have our goods, and it has been a very efficient way to help us small business people. That is why these days anyone can start a business, even with $40, even with $50, because it helped us, to get rid of all that hassle. We know if you've ever tried to import your items via courier services, I know you did regret why you even imported that item, because you get in there and you're told of things that you ask yourself, why did I even get myself into this? Why did I even decide to import this specific item? So consolidation was there to help us in that manner. But now they're saying that the things will be deconsolidated. So it won't be paid for like a whole thing. It will be deconsolidated and maybe charged as per item. Also, each and every item with the certifications and the permits that it requires will be looked for by the government. I am telling you, that is how it is, and that is what the government meant when it said it's going to consolidate the items, but once they are at the port, they are going to be deconsolidated. I don't know how easy that will be for us as the small business people. You know, like we survive on doing business with very little amount of money. And by the time you're even buying an item from China, you already know whatever you expected to pay to the government or to the consolidators, because the consolidators now charge us per kg or per cubic meter. I said per kg by air, per cubic meter or per volume when they are doing by sea. So by the time you even settle to buy an item in China, you already know what the shipping cost will be. You know whether it is a business that you can do or a business that it is going to, take you down. Because you have the figures to work with, you can calculate. There is a formula, you can calculate the shipping costs, and it's such an easy process. Now, I don't know how easy it will be for us. Assuming that you're trying to import something from China and you don't know once it is deconsolidated, how much it is going to expect you, the certification that is required for, if it's a TV, if it is if it's a TV, if it's anything that you'd want to import, you don't know what will be expected of you. I don't think it's a nice move that is going to really encourage us small business people, noting that most of us right now, we purely survive on those small things. Back in the days, and I think at some point I thought that is where we are headed to. Import was for the rich. But now these days, with your $50, you can always import your small item. You can import your press-ons. You can import your water bottles. You can import, 2 handbags or 5 handbags. And you can sell and make at least $150. And the next order, you're going to make $300. And within no time, that is where you find people, even without the shops, because most of the time we are relying even on social media to do our sales. So within no time, someone who couldn't pay their rent, or maybe someone who is so hopeless about the whole idea of looking for the jobs, can at least afford to bring some food on the table, school their child. There is mostly, I'm sure the people in the government don't understand that is how we survive. But that is how so many people in the country are surviving, and it has helped us. We can't say that it has not helped us. We saw the goodness that it came with it once it was brought in by the government that was there. We are believing that our government also takes good care of us as a small business people. And I believe that it has not, because the thing has really not gotten into place. We are hoping and believing in God that by the time this thing is into action, they are going to come up with a system that it is going to help us small business people, because any person that I know in the country relies on consolidation. Even if you can load your own container, chances are you cannot load your containers all the time. Sometimes you have a small cargo, even for the very rich people, because we have rich people who can afford to load containers. Even for the rich people, there is no way you can load containers from January to December. You have to rely on consolidation. Maybe you have a small item that was left in China. You can't take a whole container for that. So we are believing in God that once that has been put in place, it's going to help us. It's going to benefit us as the small business people. And please, we are asking the government to consider us as that we have 10,000 Kenya shillings to start a business, 5,000 Kenya shillings. And we are also hoping that if that will be put in place, the customs won't be there to frustrate us, because we know how frustrating it can be to work with the customs. We are hoping that even if it is put in place, it is not going to be there to frustrate and to kill our dreams. Me and my kitchens that I bought at 3,000 Kenya shillings, I can be able to pay, some good amount of money to the government as tax, because we always pay. Like right now, we are charged $13 per kg. Anything that you ship by air, no, $14 as we speak, $14 per kg. By sea, we are being charged 60,000 Kenya shillings per cubic meter. We always assume that we do pay to the government whatever it is needed. So we are believing in God that me and my kitchens that I bought at $20, I'll be able to ship them. I won't be charged extravagant and extra amount of money that I might opt even to just leave the kitchens to the government, because I cannot even be able to clear them. So we are hoping for the best. People that are lucky are the rich people that can afford to load containers. If you're in a business where you can be able to load a container, you're lucky. The government is somehow, it has not tampered with that system. And I don't want to make you feel discouraged. For all the people that have taught for almost a year on how to do your imports from China and all that, I don't want you to feel discouraged. Feel encouraged. We know that our government does take good care of us, and the systems that will be put in place, they'll be there to support us and to help us. We know it's just like the money that the government has been giving us. I don't know the name, but that money that the government has been giving out, as we thought that it will be so hectic to access the money, then boom, the government came up with a system where you can access the money on your phone. So we are hoping that even the system that it is going to be put in place, it is a system that is going to help us small business people. As they put the systems in place, please, they should consider that there are people that do their imports with a maximum of $150. That is like 16,000 Kenya shillings max, when someone has done the biggest of the biggest imports. And those people survive, and those people run their errands, and those people have built themselves from nothing to something. And that is what has kept us out here. We are trying to make use of social media, and social media is, you can get something from Alibaba, you can be able to ship it in the country and be able to sell it comfortably on Instagram, on Facebook, and mainly Instagram, because Instagram is the in thing when it comes to business. Forget about Facebook a bit. And TikTok. You go to TikTok these days and everyone is selling products in there. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I remember last year when I was telling people that I want to see you making use of social sites. You remember? I was telling them, I want to see you making use of social sites. I want to see you selling your products, going live on TikTok and selling your products. Let the Chinese be your pace setters. When you go on TikTok and find a Chinese that is live, they are selling something. They are making money, not from the gifts that you're going to give to them, but from the products that they are going to sell them. Rather, they sell you some gemstones, some makeups, I don't know, some what, but they are going to sell something. And that is where we are headed to, mostly in my country, Kenyans. That is where most of us are. We are always live trying to sell something. We are making a living out of social media. Some of us are into content creation and all that. So we're just asking the government to help us, and we know that they are going to help us because they resonate with the situations that we are in, because we assume that most of them started as low as we started, and most of us cannot even afford to load containers. But this is a deal. This is a game changer. For all my students, anyone that I've ever taught how to do their imports from China, this is a game changer, and this is a deal. We have the numbers. We are thousands of us, and I have a record of everyone. I have a system. It's an automated system, but I have a system where I have records for all of you. So I know all my students. So for all of you that I have taught how to do your imports, if the worst goes for the worst when it comes to consolidation, if the worst goes for the worst when it comes to consolidation. This is what we are going to do. We are going to come together and we are going to load our own containers. That one has not been affected. I'll teach you how to go about it. It is not complicated. It's only that it requires a lot of money. It requires millions. But then, because we are so many of us, we can always come together. You with your diapers from China, you with your, I don't know what, you with your shoes, with handbags and all that. We can come together and load containers and containers and containers. We are just going to do away with consolidation if it becomes hectic for us. That is one thing that it's a plan B that we are planning to do, or I would want you to do, because at the end of the day, I know the whole process of loading a container. I know what is needed. I know a lot, because once in a while I've loaded containers. So we are going to be ready. If the worst goes for the worst, we are going to come together and we'll be loading containers of our products. Also, the only problem with coming together and loading containers is mainly trusting one another, and the other thing is what is the other party bringing in that container. And even if it is not me who will be doing it, even if it's a group, you guys, you come together and decide to load containers, you ask me to be there and just check for you your pro forma invoices and all that. I can always tell you something that is prohibited. I can always tell you something that is under the high risk category. I can always tell you, this one, get it out of this container. You don't import this thing. You go ahead and load that container. I will help you so much. So don't feel frustrated. Don't feel frustrated. Something else that I would want to tell you. Consolidation is very expensive. Remember, we pay per cubic meter. When you come together and load a container, it is extremely cheaper, by the way. It's extremely cheaper for you as the importer or as the seller. Maybe 6 CBM of diapers that could have costed you maybe $3,000 to clear the cargo can end up costing you $1,000 and maybe $800. So you end up saving a lot of money. It's only that it requires a lot of money to load that container, but it is one of the most efficient way of doing business. We have seen our brothers and sisters, mostly at the Muslim markets. Those people really come together and do one thing, with one say and all that. I've seen them coming together. They load containers together and they do that business efficiently from easily. They do it so well. So we can also do that. All right, we can also do that. So I'm looking forward to see you doing your businesses. I'm looking forward to seeing you not feeling discouraged to do the businesses that you're supposed to be doing. I'm looking forward to see you thinking out of the box, like, can I even start now an Amazon account? You remember in January this year, I told you. Now, I've taught you how to do your imports from China. You know even how to sell your products on Instagram. Get another level or struggle from another level. Try to create an Amazon account and start selling your products on Amazon. Very easy. We have tons and tons of videos on YouTube showing you how you're supposed to create an Amazon account. I also learned from YouTube to create an Amazon account. And that is how I started doing Amazon. The only problem when it comes to selling on Amazon is you could know how to create an Amazon account, but you don't have an agent in China. You don't know how to get your products from Alibaba and all that. You don't know the documentation required. And I've taken good care of that part. I've taught you. Any person who has been in my class, you know that is part of the notes that you're supposed to copy, and that is part of what I teach. And if you haven't joined our imports class, please join it as early as now. I charge $25 for the people that are out of the country, 2,000 Kenya shillings for the people that are in the country. I'm going to share a link that you're supposed to use to join the class. It's a 7+9. We are having an offer of 2 days. So it's a 7+9, 7+2. So it's not 9 days, it's 7 plus 2. So we are having a total of 9 days in that class. You're going to learn how to do your businesses. You're going to learn how to do your imports. So don't rely on one thing. Don't rely on one thing. Import your products from China straight to Amazon warehouse, from the marketplace that you'd want to sell your products from. You have to choose the marketplace. Me, I love the US. It's the best place. I can ever let you know that it's the best place to do business with. I don't choose any other marketplace. But you can ship your things from there to that country, and you're selling straight from wherever you are, any part of the world that you're in, and you're good to go. So you'll be wondering, why are people complaining and you're doing business out of the country? The same way you see these days, people are in their houses, but they are doing a lot of remote jobs, from other countries. They have been employed by companies in Canada and all that. Same way, when it comes even to doing business, there are so many avenues of making money. Don't rely on one. Make use of your social sites. Make use of your smartphone. The only person with the biggest problem right now as we speak is a person who doesn't like social media. The people that say, me, I don't like social media. I also don't like social media when it comes to me. Me posting myself, me showing you my family, my babies and all that. I am not so good when it comes to that. But I love social media, and I'm more active than most of you. Chances are I spend much time on social media compared to most of you. I'm sure there's no one who's always on social media by 11 at night. I'm always on social media at 11 at night. That is where I close that office of mine. So just love social media, but in a way that it is for business purposes. If a social site is not bringing you money, don't go for it. Forget about it. If TikTok is not earning you money, and TikTok is one of the biggest avenues that you can use to make your money. One day I'll do a video and show you how, and maybe explain and teach you and show you how I monetized my TikTok. Since the day I hit around 4,000 followers and above, and I could go live. I'll teach you one day so that you can learn how to monetize your social sites. If if Instagram is not bringing you money, forget about it. Don't be active on it. If Facebook is not doing that, forget about it. So just love social media, but in a way that you're trying to monetize. That social account. It's going to help you. It's going to benefit you in a very big way. And don't rely on your surroundings. The world has become like one big village. Yeah, I'm telling you, the world has become one big village. And if you want to know that the world is one big village, I have Zoom meetings every day from people in the farthest corner of Africa, the farthest corner of the world. And we do Zoom meetings as if we are just like here. We are just sitting and taking some coffee. I hear of other countries and I'm just like, oh, goodness gracious. Like, that is far. But I thank God. Sometimes I even get excited to see people from such countries that I never thought that I would ever see them. So that I'm saying so to let you know that the world has become just one small or one big village. So try to connect with people from all over. Import your items from China. I've taught you how to import. I've given you an agent. I've taught you how to pay for your products in a way that you'll never lose money. Get them to Amazon warehouse. As long as you have your phone, you can be able to track your sales and all that. Just take advantage of what social media is bringing with us, so that even if things don't go well in the country that you're in, like now Nigeria, they're just out of elections. They might take some time to stabilize. Yeah, they might take some time. We did our elections last year and we are still yet to find our feet. So you might take time so that you may not rely so much on whatever is happening in your country. You can choose to do business out of the country. For the people that I have taught how to do imports, and they would want to get into, they can load their own containers and all that. Think of how you're going to enlarge your market to the neighboring countries. Like Kenya is so on another level, like everything. People have just explored each and every avenue. But there are countries that are surrounding us with great opportunities. Think of the countries around you that you can take advantage of and sell the products to. Even Somali, even Sudan, even Tunisia, even Sierra Leone. You can think of how you can import items and sell at Guinea-Bissau, not only Sierra Leone. I'm mentioning those countries because I've had people that we have had very beautiful meetings with them, and I love people from that age. Still, even my East African people, South African people, South African, I love you so much. And I have enjoyed teaching you guys how to do your imports. Namibia, I've enjoyed teaching you how to do your imports from China. So I'm saying this to encourage anyone who would feel as if they're discouraged to do their businesses, to do their imports. Continue doing it. I haven't had a hitch as we speak. Mostly from the consolidator that I gave you, my consolidator, I haven't had a hitch till now. So continue loading your things as you sell. Start with a small amount of money that you have. If your budget is $50, if you're having $50 in your pocket, remember the story in the Bible where Elijah went and saw an old woman who had their last flour to do some meal and their last little amount of oil. But God used that to bless that woman and to keep them alive and not to die out of hunger. There was drought. So with that little amount of money that you have, or with that thing that the little that you have, that is what God is going to use to multiply it and multiply and multiply and bless you in ways that you will never ever even imagine. If you're having $100, let Alibaba be your thing. Just go and see whatever you can import in there. Is it some type of car accessories? Import them and sell them in the country that you're in. The first order will be like for $50. The next will be for $150. By the time you're doing your 10th import, you'll be having a capital of like $2,000, something that you started with something very little. But don't forget to start with God. He's the only one who can give you the wisdom. God is the only person who can give you the wisdom to create wealth. It is written in his book. It is written in the Bible. He is the only one who gives you the wisdom. He is the giver of wisdom to create wealth. So that you might not fall into those statistics of the people that start businesses as they flop. Also remember, it takes a lot, not only what I'm teaching you. And sometimes I tell people that it takes a lot to become the person that you aspire to be. Not only what I'm teaching you. And it's not only about money. No, you could be having money, but you don't have the character. You don't have the attitude to take you to another level. You don't have the humility that God requires you to have so that He can take you from one level to another. That is why you find people when they are praying, they tell God, please give me the humility that I need so that you can be able to work on me and to work with me. That is one prayer that you should never forget to let God know. Please, God, walk with me, shape me. Let me be the person that you desire me to look like or to be. If it is pride that brings me down, get it out of me. And all means possible, even if you're going to be passed through fire. But out of it, at least you'll be a different person and God can use you in big ways. Sometimes it is how you treat your fellow human beings. Humanity is the biggest thing that we can impress God with. Someone told me when we were having a meeting at Kempinski, I think he's a sheikh, he's called Boss Yusuf, told me that the Quran says the most important person to Allah is a person who helps the needy, is a person who helps the community. So I'm telling you, the biggest thing that you can ever do in this world is to touch your fellow human beings, be kind to them, treat them well. That alone, God can use that to bless you. God can use that to bring down your business to zero, and any other business that you'll ever try to start, bring it to zero. Just be respectful to people. Just treat them with kindness. Just be good. Be a good person. And when you're good, the nature is you're going to attract good people in your life. Businesses will grow because probably you're just a kind person, and you love your fellow human beings. Don't be the kind of a person, a customer is going to come and buy from you, but you're looking at them like, oh, what are you doing in my shop? Don't you know that I take flights on and off from China, Turkey, Dubai, US? Don't you know that I'm a person who flies? So you're looking at a customer who is trying to bargain. Maybe they're trying they have maybe some specific amount of money and they want that thing, and it is going to, to help them. They're trying to bargain, and you're looking at them like, oh, even 1,000 Kenya shillings, you're bargaining for that? No. Just be humble, relate with people, read books that can shape you, read the word of God. Let it be the best book ever, so that God can be able to take you from one level to another, one level to another. Yeah, one level. And don't forget to pray. With that, you're going to grow in ways that even you yourself, when you sit down and start explaining to people, do you know I started here? Do you know this is what I've been doing? Do you know there's someone who gives you a story, how they started their thing or their business, and you feel as if they're lying to you. You're like, I started with this and this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and here I am. And you're like, okay, continue lying to us. Continue being the motivational speaker that you are, but you're not here to lie to us. People even think that it is about money when you're trying to start a business. Some even sell their cars to get the capital that they need and all that. And I always tell people that is not. That is not. Actually, most of my students that I've taught, and someone tells me, I'm having 2 million, I want to do this and that. I'm having 1 million, I want to do this and that. I always take them down all the way to 100,000 Kenya shillings. Imagine someone getting you from $10,000, taking you down to $1,000, and I tell them, no, you need to start here. Forget about the other amount of money that you have. You need to start here, because out of the little, you're going to learn, you're going to make mistakes. They're not going to cost you a lot of money, and you know whether that is something that you want to proceed with it or you'd want to change. You'll see whether it's something that is really selling with a good profit margin or not, instead of investing a lot of money in one thing. Then when it flops, you get yourself into depression. Most of the time, it's not about the money. It's about the knowledge, the wisdom, how God is with you, and in it, how God is in the thing that you're trying to start. And with that, you're going to succeed in ways that you can never imagine. Continue trusting God. I know we are living in times that things are a bit thick. We are living, sometimes I tell someone that, someone who is so near me, that, you know what? We are living in the end of times. That is what I always tell them. We are living in the end of times. Just look around you. It's chaos everywhere. Chaos everywhere. Cries, I don't know, things that are happening to people, things that you can never even comprehend. But in the midst of all that, God is going to keep you safe. In the midst of all those storms, God is going to keep you safe. And keep trusting Him. Keep trusting Him. Avoid unnecessary noises. Avoid unnecessary situations. Don't get yourself into something that you don't know where you're getting yourself into it, and you're not needed in it. Don't speak when you're not supposed to speak. Just be at the right place and practice meditating the word of God. Practice praying for anything that you're trying to do or getting yourself into. Practice speaking things in your life, and you'll see them manifesting. Just be on the right channel. The stars will align themselves. If you're at the right place, stars are going to align themselves, and things are going to happen in your life that you won't even imagine. you won't even imagine. You'll be listening to some noises out there, but you won't even relate with the situations that they will be in, because that is what it means by God hiding you under his feathers. That is what it means. When God, and remember, God chooses whom to please. God chooses whom to do things to, depending with their actions. With that said and done, let me get done with the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take a moment too as I sip the water, some water. Take a moment, subscribe, please turn on the notification bell. Another thing that you're supposed to do is, if you're planning to come to our conference, because we are having a conference on 25th of March at the Kempinski Hotel. You ray and good things in life. Yeah, I love good places. I love good things. I love a place that people can sit down for 9 hours and listen to me and still not get tired. So that is why I choose the places that I choose. Mainly, my favorite place is Kempinski or Sankara Hotel. We're also going to do another conference that will be communicated earlier, the dates, but that will be a virtual conference for the people that are out of the country. 1 week after the conference, the actual conference, the physical conference, we are going to do now the conference for the people that are out of the country. So all over the world, wherever you'd be in, just know that I'm coming for you 1 week, the following Saturday that is going to come after the 25th one. I'll check the dates and I'll communicate. I'll ask my team to prepare the banner. I'm going to post it out there. For the people that have already paid for the conference and booked their slots, looking forward to see you on that actual day. It will be a beautiful day and a great one with a lot of breakthrough. I have fasted, I've prayed for it, I've gone to the mountain, I've prayed and I've fasted. You only need to avail yourself. If you feel as if you don't understand things, that day you're going to grasp everything. Yeah, you know the devil is a smart one. Sometimes he tries to play games on you, like you're trying to do something so small that everyone else is doing as they have closed their eyes. But for you, you feel as if it's a mountain, you cannot do it. You're going to do it ASAP. There is the breakthrough that we need, and God is in it. Pray for that day. Pray that God may open your ears and eyes, and also pray for good connections. Anytime I do the conferences, I see people connecting, coming together, loading containers. So it also comes with a lot of opportunities. Be there very early at 7 to 7:30. Be at Kempinski so that you can be able to take your breakfast, right? So that you can be able to interact with the people around you. I always want, when I'm teaching, the person seated next to you is not a stranger. At least you've interacted. And always know people is equals to network. Network is equals to your net worth. Don't be the type of a person who is always like, not me. I don't feel like talking to you. No. Always talk to people. Even if you're flying, say hi to the person seated next to you. You might not know who that person is, and maybe they're going to help you big time. I once got a very big breakthrough by through the person that I was seated next to in a 13 hours flight. Then they told me something and it opened my eyes business-wise. And since I implemented the things that person, that stranger that I saw for just a few hours told me, then my life changed. So even when you're in the bus, just say hi to the person seated next to you. Always say hi to the people that are around you. That is what we call being a human being, connecting with people, interacting with people. And that's how your network becomes very big, and your net worth increases and increases and increases. If I can tell you the people that I know and the networks that I know and how I got to know them, it is through people. this person told me, oh, I can call this person, you can go to them, they're going to help you. And through that, I found myself with a very big network of people that I can always easily get help if need be, from all types and angles. So God bless you so much. Have a lovely one. See you next time, next week. I'm going to post another video. I'm also going to do other videos. I'm diverse. I'm not looking forward to just talk about business. I have a lot that I can share with you in terms of lifestyle. Do I even start there? Do I even want to start there? I can be a life coach. I don't know what it takes to be a life coach. I don't know the course that you're supposed to do to become a life coach, but I can be a good life coach, I'm telling you. So I love cleaning. I love cleaning. I have very bad OCD, by the way, but I've been trying to work on it since I was diagnosed with it. So I have a lot that I can share with you on this YouTube channel. I know God's time is always the best, and I'm trying to what is it called? I'm trying to schedule myself well. Not so much time at work in my office here. So I will be getting enough time to even shoot other types of content for you. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, write down below and let me know what you'd want to see from me. What videos would you want me to make? Please let me know. What videos? Is it motherhood? Is it cooking? I'm one of the best cooks. Sorry. Yeah. Is it cooking videos? Is it cleaning videos? Is it what? Just let me know. Let me know the things that you'd want to see me doing. Bye bye. Have a lovely one.